My walk was a little shorter than usual this morning. I had a call with a client, and it was an early call, and it was unscheduled, but it was important to him, so it was important to me. But it did change my morning, and I had to think about how I could adjust some things, and I contemplated skipping my morning meditation and my morning walk, but I decided instead to just do a truncated version of those things. And I'm glad I did. And this morning on my walk, I decided to go into the more populous area of my neighborhood. And I came across a guy who has cut my hair on several occasions. I probably need a haircut soon. I usually go to someone else, but on occasion that someone else is off of work and I have an event that I have to get to, and so I go to whoever is available, and sometimes it is this person. And he was outside and he was smoking a cigarette, and I thought about stopping and having a conversation, but instead I just said hi. And really it was only because of the cigarette. And I don't mind what anybody does. It's his choice to smoke. Doesn't bother me in the slightest, but for me personally, I didn't wish to inhale his cigarette smoke, and so I thought that I would continue my walk and come back, and if he was still outside after his cigarette, then I would have a conversation with him. So I kept walking, and I came across another person, and it was this older gentleman walking his terrier. And he was walking down the street, and there was a younger girl, college-aged, sitting on a bench outside of a laundromat, and she had her dog sitting next to her. And of course, this gentleman walked past this girl, and their dogs interacted naturally, and they started sniffing each other and doing all of those things that dogs do. And naturally, these two people who are in very different demographics had a conversation because of their pets. And they were very different people. If I had seen them in any other environment, I wouldn't have imagined that they would be likely to have a conversation. And yet they did. And they spoke about their pets, and this man had a thick city accent, and this girl had an accent similar to my own, which is a little bit less city. And they spoke for a moment, and I walked past, but I thought about that interaction, and I thought about how their pets transformed their lives, and how their pets were extensions of their own personalities, and how their pets gave them purpose and meaning and connection with the community. And I wondered what their lives would have been like without their pets. Whether they would be extroverted, whether they would have conversations with strangers. We all look for excuses to start conversations. Most of us don't just randomly say hi to people on the street, not where I live. In other places, that is the culture, and it's probably a better culture, but not here. So I thought about them and their pets, and their conversation, and their connection. And on my way back, I went past the area where the barber was having his cigarette, and of course he was gone. And I missed that opportunity to have a conversation with this barber, to find out more about him outside of the context of the barber shop when he's cutting my hair and I'm really just focused on getting out of there. But it was a good morning, and it was a good thought, and it was a good moment to think about those people and their conversation and their pets.